r/NoSleep. Posted by u/JJX. My parents are normal at night. Final. I woke up sometime later in a daze. As I looked around, I realized I was back in my room. My body hurt and felt off, like a ton of bricks were placed onto me. I tried to move but unbearable pain shot through my body. I slowly sat up in my bed and looked around and checked out my body. From what I could tell, I had no cuts or bruises. Even the injuries I got from the crash was gone. I had a faint aftertaste of blood in my mouth, but when I felt around with my tongue I came across no injuries. As I laid there, my door slowly opened and my mother came in with a small box in her arms. Her face a smile as she approached my bed. I was generally scared as I thought she was going to punish me for what I did. She sat at the foot of my bed with her smile still and placed the box onto my bed. "How are you holding up, dear?" she asked while looking me dead in my eyes. Her light blue eyes once gave me joy to look at but now only gives me fear and terror. I still can't look at my parents the same. I always thought I knew them but I guess I was wrong. Before she could open her mouth again I finally spoke up. "Why? Why would you do that to Keith? Why, just why?" I had to try asking her. I just wanted to know why. "Don't worry about that, Han," I whined before she could finish. I interrupted her. "No. Tell me why. Why would you do that to Keith? He did nothing to you. He just wanted to help me." I tried so hard not to cry, but I felt the tears forming in my eyes. "Honey, you have to understand we couldn't let him leave after what you told him. If he would have told someone our secret not only they would kill us, they would kill you too. And I couldn't just stand by and let someone endanger my baby or my family." As she talked her attention shifted from me to the small box she came in with. "Huh? What do you mean kill me? I'm nothing like you monsters. I would never hurt another human being," I said as I felt my body slowly started shaking uncontrollably. She sighed and placed her face in her hands for about 10 to 15 seconds before reaching for my hand. "Please. We've only been doing this for you, baby, to keep you safe. You're the next generation after all," she said while smiling. For a second I was shocked and scared from what she said. My chest felt heavy, like a million bricks were placed onto me. I felt my mouth tremble as the tears started back up. What? I said, choking over my words. My body tensed up and started shaking by itself. "I wasn't like them, I'm not like them. I'm a regular human being." She giggled for a little bit before answering my poorly worded question. She looked remorseful, but was she really? "I really didn't want you finding out the way you did, but you're one of us. Always has, always will be. Just take a look at your body, see no injuries, right? No normal human can recover from those injuries that quick. Well, you did have help." As she spoke, she reached out and grabbed my hand and held it tight. I tried pulling my hand back but she had a grip already. "This may sting a little, honey." Before I could say or do anything, one of her claws came out her fake skin and she dragged the claw against my hand. As I tried pulling away from the pain, black liquid oozed from my hand and dripped onto the bed. As she let go, she cut her hand and black liquid poured from her hand. I clenched my hand as she wrapped my hand up. "I didn't know humans could bleed black blood," she said while licking up the black liquid off her hand. She reached out for my hand and pulled the cloth off to reveal no sign of where she cut me. It was gone, like it never happened. Like my other injuries, it was healed. See, no human could heal that quick. And it's all thanks to this, honey. As she reached into her pocket, I felt sick to my stomach. In a small plastic bag, was a small chunk of what seemed to be a liver. I placed my hand over and started dry heaving. My stomach felt like it was twisting in knots. I wouldn't eat another human. I couldn't do it even if I had to. "Stop being such a drama queen, it's not all that bad. But I think it's time for you to know the truth. This was a family curse passed down generation to generation. I can't remember how the curse started, but old family stories said that witchcraft was involved with this family curse." She said it as if it was a normal topic you talk with your friends about. As she reached for the box, I couldn't get the taste of blood out of my mouth. As she opens the box up, she pulled out multiple photos from the box and set them down on the bed. It was all pictures of black bony humanoids of all shapes and sizes standing, or eating dead mutilated corpses. My hands began shaking uncontrollably as I saw a picture of a bony humanoid with long sharp claws next to a dead woman with her face skin completely ripped off. Is that why, you? I was too horrified to speak properly. Everything that has happened to me since I woke up has scared or terrified me. She nodded her head as she gathered all the pictures up and placed them back into the box and closed it up. "Don't worry, You'll have your picture in this family box by tonight. Your father and I decided that you're ready for your first kill. Think of it as a family tradition. Everyone in our family had their first kill captured and saved for generations to see how long our family was around." As she said that, my heart started beating faster and my chest tightened up more. She stood up, walked toward the door. Before leaving, she turned around and gave me a half-assed smile. "We'll be ready in an hour, hon, so do whatever you want until we're ready. Let's see how long you can last, Mr. Human." As she left, I didn't know what to do. I felt helpless. I was helpless. I could do nothing but cry. Cry like a baby. I couldn't kill someone. And I wouldn't. After some time passed, my door slowly opened and it was my mother, still a smile on her face. "It's time. It's time for you to get your first kill and continue the family tradition." Her smile grew as she motioned for me to follow her. I slowly started shaking my head as the tears filled my eyes. She walked over towards me and grabbed my arm and pulled me along with her. As she led me to the room where I found out my parents were monsters. As we walked in, my father stood with a camera in his hands. As I looked over at the table, my stomach dropped. A man laid strapped to the table, struggling and squirming around in his restraints. My mother pushed me toward the table and stood by father with a big grin on her face. "Go ahead, honey. Make us proud parents." As she spoke, I wanted to run. I wanted to run far away from here, but I couldn't. If I did, I would just get people killed again. "No. I'm not gonna do it. You can't make me," I said while backing away from the table. My mother sighed heavily as she walked over toward the table. "You caused this." As her claw came out, she slashed the man's chest, drawing blood instantly. The man screamed out in pain as my mother's smile widened. As I tried talking, a strong urge came over me. I tried to resist, but the smell was just so calming. As I walked toward the table, my vision got blurry and I eventually blacked out. All I could remember was screaming and cheering. As I came back, I had a strong taste of blood in my mouth, and as I looked around, blood was all over the floor. My mother came over to me and gave me a hug. "You did it, baby. A little sloppy, but we can work on that." As I felt around, I noticed I couldn't feel my hands. I looked down and almost passed out. My skin was gone. There in its place was dark bone. I blame them. They made me kill him. I didn't want to. But it felt so good. Next story of this video. Posted by u/NonbinarySquirrel. Rules for the night shift. Hey there. If you're reading this, then that you're our new nighttime security guard. Sorry for getting you to come here at 11 p.m., but the note will explain why. Thanks for that though, BTW. We just lost our last one and none of our day staff wanted to step up. I know it was probably last minute that Kate, our head chef, asked you of this favor, and all of us here at the Hell's Dinner appreciate you doing this for us. So anyways, about your shift, you are required to be on the premises from 11:40 p.m. until 7 a.m. I know it's a long shift, but your shift starts at 12 a.m. We ask for you to be 20 minutes early so that you can get to your office safely. Now, you see, I have to give you a list of rules. You have to follow them. If you even attempt to break any of the rules, you, and possibly Kate too, depending on what rule you broke, will be sacked on site. You get paid £25 per hour. Anyways, the rules. Rule 1: make sure you are inside your office by 12 a.m. If you are not, then good luck, I guess. You'll be fired in the morning if you make it. Rule 2: on your way to your office, make sure that all the lights are on. I repeat, on. Yes, I know the electricity bill will be through the roof, but for your own sake and sanity, leave the goddamn lights off. Rule 3: please make sure that you lock all the doors in the building. There's only 5 doors that lock: the front door, the back door, the side door, the main area door, and your office door. Rule 4: once you have done the previous things, please turn on the TV. Make sure you turn it on before it turns 12 a.m. or else it might not work at all. Rule 5: you will probably see 5 different types of people inside the building. Refer to the next document for their description. Don't worry, they kind of live here at this point, I guess. Don't even bother trying to interact with them. Actually, don't let them know you're here at all, please. I may or may not have forgot to tell them that a newbie was starting. But anyway, even if an intruder does get in, they probably will handle it. If they do find out you're there, please look at Rule 12 for what you should do. Smile. Rule 6: should you ever find yourself needing the bathroom, please use the one in your office. Don't be in there for more than 7 minutes, for your own sake. Rule 7: never answer any phone calls while in the office. Actually, never even use your phone while in the office. At all. If you do, please refer to Rule 12 for what you should do. Rule 8: if any of the lights go out, turn off your TV. If the office light is the light that goes out, despite it being unlikely, lay down on your stomach and keep your eyes closed until they come on. No matter how long it may take, do not move. Rule 9: if you ever hear someone saying your name, no matter who they sound like, don't go towards it. It's not real, don't be tricked by it. If you do, you're an idiot, haha. Rule 10: if the people haven't left by 7 AM, then use the back door, even if you have to walk past them. Weirdly enough, they aren't actually aggressive after 6:30 AM, and if they are gone, leave through the front door. Rule 11: when leaving the building, leave the keys in the left plant pot, don't put them in the right one unless you want to lose your new job. Rule 12: there's a pistol in the second drawer. It has 1 bullet in it. If you break any of the rules, please end it yourself, because trust me, if you don't, it won't be pretty what they do to you. And last but most definitely not least, Rule 13: don't be afraid if you end up finding the last guard in the office. After all, it's not like a dead body can hurt you. Smile: if you call the police, you will only make it harder on yourself. Yours sincerely, Tilda Kai Brennan.